Hey everyone, and welcome! We're about to jump into a really big shift that's happening in the world of technology. It's a quiet revolution, but it's completely changing how we create the software we use every single day. And it all starts with a problem I think you'll recognize.
Seriously, think about it. You've been there, right? Someone on your team has this incredible idea for a new app or a new tool that could change everything. But then, nothing happens. That spark, that brilliant idea just fizzles out. It gets stuck. And that's the bottleneck we're going to talk about, because it's holding back so much innovation.
All right, so here's the heart of the problem. Let's call it the digital demand dilemma. It's actually pretty simple. Companies everywhere need more software, and they need it faster than ever before just to keep up. But there's a catch. There just aren't enough skilled developers in the world to build all of it.
And this slide just lays it out so clearly. On the left, you've got this skyrocketing demand for new digital tools. I mean, every company is basically a software company now. But on the right, the number of developers, while it is growing, it's just not keeping pace. Not even close. This creates this huge gap where amazing ideas go to die, simply because there's no one available to build them.
And believe me, this isn't just a small problem. This is a massive economic force at play. Just look at this chart. The market created to solve this problem, the low-code market, is already worth billions, but analysts think it could explode to over $180 billion by 2030. This isn't some tiny little trend. This is a tidal wave pulling the entire industry in a new direction.
So when you have a problem that big, you can't just try to work a little harder. You have to completely change the game. And that's where the low-code revolution comes in. It's a totally new way of thinking about how to build things.
Okay, so what exactly is low-code? I love this analogy. Think of traditional programming like making every single brick for a house by hand, from mud and straw. It's slow, it's painstaking. Low-code, on the other hand, is like being handed an incredible Lego Technic set with pre-built engines, walls, and windows. You're still the architect, you're still designing the house, but you're working with powerful, pre-made components in a visual drag-and-drop way.
And here's a look at how it actually works. First, you map out what you want your app to do, visually, kind of like a flowchart. Then comes the fun part. You literally drag and drop the buttons, forms, and all the pieces you need to build what the user will see. Step 3 is absolutely crucial. You can easily plug your new app into the systems you already use, like Salesforce or AWS. And finally, with a click, you deploy it. It's live. The whole process is built for speed.
Now, all this theory is great, but let's make it real. We're going to zoom in on one of the biggest names in the low-code world, a platform called Mendix, to see how this stuff actually gets used inside big, complex companies. So to do that, let's meet Alex. Alex could be anyone. They work at a big company, and they've got a huge task: create an amazing digital experience for their customers. Alex represents all those people in business, in marketing, in operations, you name it, who see a problem and have an idea for how to solve it with technology, and they need it done fast.
So with a tool like Mendix, Alex is suddenly superpowered. They can build a web app and a native mobile app from the same project. They can use ready-made design templates so everything looks polished and professional right away. They can connect to data, automate tedious workflows, and this is a huge one for big companies, they can finally start to modernize those ancient, clunky old systems that everyone hates using.
And this right here, this is one of the secret weapons. Alex doesn't have to build every little thing from scratch. They can just go to a marketplace, kind of like an app store for developers, and grab pre-built widgets, connectors, and even whole chunks of an app that someone else has already built. It's a massive, massive time saver.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. This sounds incredible. Maybe a little too good to be true. Faster, easier, more powerful. What's the catch? Well, every tool has its limits, so it's time for a reality check. We need to look at the promise and the fine print.
So let's be honest about the trade-offs. The promise, yeah, it's incredible speed, fantastic collaboration between business and IT, and it's built to scale. But the catch is just as real. Low code doesn't mean no skill. There's still a steep learning curve to really master it. The pricing? Well, it's built for big companies, so it's not cheap. And for those really unique, complex features, you're probably still going to need a professional developer to write some custom code.
All right, let's zoom back out for a second, because beyond the pros and cons of any single platform, something much bigger is happening here. What low-code is really doing is, well, it's democratizing app development itself. It's giving the power to create to a whole new group of people.
And that brings us to this really cool new concept, the citizen developer.
Think about that person in the finance department who knows exactly what kind of tool would save their team hours every week. With low code, that person can now actually build that tool themselves, all within a safe, secure framework that the IT department sets up. So does that mean the professional developers are out of a job? No way. Not even close. But their job is changing. It's evolving into something new and, honestly, something even more valuable.
Instead of getting stuck writing the same routine code over and over, pro developers get to level up. They become the architects. They design the complex, secure, and scalable systems that everyone else builds on top of. They get to stop fixing typos and start solving the company's biggest, most interesting problems.
And this is what the modern team starts to look like. It's not just a silo of coders anymore. It's this collaborative team, a circle of IT pros, business analysts, and those new citizen developers all working together. It's a mix of deep technical skill and deep business knowledge.
Okay, so let's bring it all home. After all of this, who is a platform like Mendix actually for? Because it's definitely not for everyone, and knowing the right fit is key.
This really sums it up. A platform like this is an absolute game changer for big companies, especially in complex industries like banking or manufacturing. It's perfect for teams that are drowning in old legacy systems and for any organization where getting things done fast and at scale is the top priority. On the flip side, if you're a solo entrepreneur or a small business with a simple idea, this is probably way more than you need. And if your whole app depends on some incredibly unique, custom-coded algorithm, you might be better off starting from scratch.
And that really brings us to the final big idea. This whole low-code revolution isn't just about building the same old things a little bit faster. It's about empowering a whole new wave of people to create things that were never possible before. So the real question it leaves us with is this. As the tools get smarter and as software starts to help build itself, what amazing things will we choose to build next?